Okay, starting with a roll down, so standing up with your feet hip distance apart, drawing your tummy muscles in away from your tights, drawing up through your pelvic floor. Take a big inhale breath. And as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, roll yourself down towards your mat, one vertebra at a time. Let your arms and your head hang heavy. And when you get towards your mat, let your arms drop, let your head drop. Keep your heels on the floor and do a really slow bend of your knees, deep bend of your knees, and then stretch your legs back out, and just staying with that movement for a little bit here. Now you might want to hold your elbows as you take that bend and stretch. Let your head drop towards your mat, and we'll stay with this for 15 seconds. So just continuing with this bend and stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to a soft bend in your knees. If you're not holding your elbows, hold your elbows. Let your weight really fall down into your elbows and let your head drop towards the mat. And just a gentle sway from left to right. Just take a little release from left to right. Come back through to the center, release your arms, take a deep breath in, and just bringing yourself back up one vertebra at a time. Okay, we're going to start with just a little warm up standing on the mat. So I want you to press your legs out into that booty band. So that booty band just goes above your knees. And we're going to, I'll kind of turn so you can see when I kick my leg back, but we're just going to go into kind of a pulsey squat here. So we're going to go into hold it down, little pulse, pulse. And then when we stand up out of that movement, bring all your weight into your right leg and kind of kick your left leg back on a diagonal, that leg straight, and then just keep going from side to side. So then going to the other side, squeeze your glute here as you take that movement. So from the side, it's just kind of pushing back into that band, kind of squeezing your bum. So keep going with that pulse at the bottom, little balance standing up, press back into that band, and tummy muscles are on here as well. So drawing your abdominals in, away from your tights or your waistband as you take this movement. And then let's start adding on kind of a double kick back. So take your pulse in the bottom of that squat, hold it back and kind of little pulse into that back leg. And then just keep going from side to side. We'll stay with that for 20 seconds. And then we're going to just meet in that squat for some slow pulses here. So let's go here for 10 more seconds. We'll find your deepest squat in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So taking that deep squat here, try and lift your chest up, pull your tummy muscles in, and little slow pulses, but make the pulses kind of bigger here, halfway up, halfway down. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it low here. Press your knees out into the band and release. Pull those abdominals in as we take this little kind of butterfly with the knees. Can you come a little lower in that squat? For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just coming out of that, take a little breather. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider. I know it's hard with the booty band. This is a light one as well. But try to take your feet kind of further than your hips and then draw your tummy muscles in. We're going to just come down into a deep kind of sumo squat. Now your knees will want to pull in because of that band. I want you to really try and press out into that band and then release. So exhale to lower down, inhale to come back up, and really be conscious of kind of pressing those knees out into that band, trying to resist that band, trying to get those knees so they track over the middle of your feet, and keep your tummy muscles engaged here. Let's start doing that pulse down the bottom and then release. So exhale to take that down, a little pulse at the bottom, press those knees into that band and release. Staying with this for 15 seconds, then we'll add another movement onto that. So staying here with that pulsey squat for a couple more reps for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next time you take your pulse at the bottom, hold it low, press your legs a little bit further out into that band, release, and then coming out of that squat. So pulse at the bottom, tummy muscles on, press your knees into the band, release, and then coming back up. 20 seconds here. And then we're going to hold it down in our deepest squat for those pulses and those presses out into the band. So keep going here. You've got 10 seconds You're gonna hold it down low. In 3, 2, and 1. So taking your deepest squat here, try and press your knees into the band, draw your tummy muscles in, those slow kind of bigger pulses here. Slow big pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it low here, just press into the band and release. You can kind of bring those knees in a little bit further with that kind of butterfly. Press your knees into that band for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Give your legs a little shake out. Just one more set of those. So we're going to take that deep squat again, that deep sumo squat. Hold it low. Try to press your knees out into that band. Tummy muscles on. Those slow, big pulses here. 10 seconds here. Then we've got those butterflies again with the knees. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it low. Press out into that band. Then bring those knees in a little bit further. Exhale to press into that band. Tummy muscles on, engaging through your abdominals for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, release. Shake your legs out. We're going to come down onto the mat in a 4-point kneel. So I'll get you to pop your knees underneath your hips here, and your hands are going to be underneath your shoulders. So in that 4-point kneel, pop your toes onto your mat. Press away from the mat so we're not doing this sinky thing through our shoulders. And then pull your tummy muscles in. Pop those toes onto the mat. We're going to lift the knees and then just tap them back down. So just starting with that little lift and lower, really pressing away from the mat here. And we'll stay with that for 10 seconds and then we'll start adding on. So keep going on, keep going with this movement for 3, 2, and 1. Next time you lift your knees, press out into that band, release, tap back down. So staying with that lift, press out into the band, release, and tap back down. Keep going with that. You've got about 15 seconds here. Exhale to lift and press. Inhale to release and lower the knees back down. We're going to hold a static hold with those knees in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just lifting those knees, hovering your knees just a couple of centimeters above your mat, and just do those presses into the band. Pressing out into that band for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back into child's pose. Bring your bum back to your heels. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Try and rest your forehead down to the mat. And take a couple of breaths here. We're going to come back into that 4-point kneel. We're going to add on a little bit more to that this time. So again, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, tummy muscles drawn in. We still lift our knees and pull out on that band and release. This time, keep piking the hips up. Try and stretch your legs out. Pop your heels down to the mat and then come back in. Hover your knees, press the band out, release, tap the knees back down. Keep going at your own pace. Lift, press out, release, pike. Try and press your heels down into the mat here to get a nice stretch down the back of your legs. Keep going with that movement. You've got 30 seconds here. Keep going with that pike, knees back, press out, tap the knees back down. 15 seconds now. If you want to elevate this movement, don't drop those knees down. Don't tap the knees down. Okay, we're going to take that hover again in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. A little hover with those knees again. Pull your tummy muscles in. Hover here for 5 seconds, and then we're just going to press into that band in 3, 2, and 1. Those presses and release. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself up into that pike. This is kind of your active rest here. Try and press those heels down to the mat. You might even want to pedal those heels. Bring your tummy muscles in that little bit as you pedal. Let your head drop. And then let's come back to that little hover again. Another set of those hovers. Hold, hold, hold here. Pull those tummy muscles in. 3, 2, and 1. Press and release. Going with that, pressing out into the band and release for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, release. Come into child's pose. Do whatever you need to here to take a little breather. Maybe roll your wrists out a few times forwards and backwards. And then let's just come down and lie onto the mat, and we'll do a little bit more abdominals here. You can leave that booty band above your knees, and then just lie all the way back down with your feet flat onto the mat. And we'll just reach our hands up to the ceiling here. Our legs are hip distance apart and we're pointing our toes forwards. We're just going to come into just a basic abdominal curl. So lifting up, think of sliding your ribs down towards your hips, bring your arms all the way down to your mat, and then inhale, release. Keep going with this movement. Now you can elevate this, keep going. If you have a little set of weights as well, if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, pop those weights into your hands and continue moving through this ab curl with those weights. It just does bring it up that extra little level, even if they're just a kilo weights. Okay, staying with that, or you might want to float one of your legs into tabletop. So knee comes over your hip, shin parallel to the ceiling, and just going from side to side, so alternating from leg to leg. Thinking of your bottom ribs sliding down towards your hips as you come up into that ab curl. Okay, staying with this for about 10 seconds and just bringing it to any level that feels right for you today. Maybe on your next one, you might want to press your lower back into the mat, float both legs into tabletop, come up into that ab curl, and then slowly lower everything down to the mat. Continuing with that variation, if that's for you. Now, it will be easier to keep those legs in tabletop. So if you want to pull it back a level, just leave the legs static in tabletop. Otherwise, lowering them back down when you lower your head and shoulders will be more challenging. I've got one more add-on. So keep going with this. I know I've stopped. Keep going. Maybe the next time you come up into that ab curl, you could hold it here, shoulders away from your ears, pull your tummy muscles in, take a double toe tap, tap the toes, release, and then lower everything down. Now, if you prefer to come up into that ab curl and then lower your head and shoulders and take that toe tap, go for it. So just modify with whatever feels kind of right for you. You're here for about 20 seconds. We are going to meet up in that ab curl after this 20 seconds. So just continuing with this controlled movement. Let's go for 10 more. We'll meet up in that ab curl in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So feet can be on the mat. You can have them floating up in tabletop. You might even just have one leg in tabletop. We're going to pulse up here. Pulse up a little bit further through your abdominals. Try and reach your chest closer to your legs. Legs stay nice and still for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Take a big stretch here. So stretch your arms, your legs out, nice and long in line with your body. And then let's go up into our pendulum with the band. So pop your hands down onto the floor, palms facing down, gently pressing your lower back into your mat, and float your legs into tabletop here and press your legs a little bit out into that band. It's a little bit of a different variation here with your pendulum. So you're trying to keep both shoulder blades glued to your mat, and we're taking those knees off to one side as we inhale. And as you exhale, use your abs, obliques to pull those knees back to the center. And just keep going from side to side. Now the difference with this is usually just keep going from side to side using that exhale breath to pull the knees back to the center. The difference with this pendulum is usually we glue our legs together. But this one, we're trying to keep that even pressure pressed out into that band as we move from side to side. So it's kind of a little bit more challenging, keeping those legs just a little bit apart, but try your best to keep both shoulder blades completely glued to your mat as we take that pendulum. So really be conscious of that even press out into that band as you move from side to side. You can stay with this variation if you do want a little bit more. As you take those legs off to the side, stretch them out straight, bring them back to tabletop, and then return that back to the center. And then just going to the other side. So that's just an extra little add-on if you want to take it up that level. Just checking into your shoulder blades here, totally glued to your mat. Have about 20 seconds here. If you'd like for the last 20 seconds to just straighten your legs out and go with your pendulum with your straight legs, go for it. You've got about 15 seconds here. moving from side to side, pressing evenly into the band for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, release. Grab your knees, hug them into your chest, pull them in and then release. Relax your head down onto your mat. And we're just going to warm our glutes up here just with a couple of pelvic curls. Now again, if you have those little weights, you could use them here. So grabbing the weights or just reaching your hands to the ceiling, feet are hip distance apart, toes pointing directly forwards, we come into a pelvic curl. A big inhale as you exhale, lifting up one vertebra at a time, roll up into your bridge. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, you're melting down one vertebra, bringing it all the way back down. Keep going at your own pace. I'm going to start kind of adding on with some extra movements, and feel free to pull it back to any level that works for your body today. So the next time you roll up into your bridge, can you hold your hips high here? You should have a straight line from your knee to your hip all the way to your shoulders. Now with or without weights, take your arms out to the sides of the room without dropping your hips. Lift those weights back up. We're going to press out into that band 3 times, trying not to drop the hips, and then roll it all the way back down. So just staying with that little combo. So one pelvic curl, hold it high, take those arms out to the side with or without weights, press, 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 and then roll it down. So staying with this little combo for 20 seconds, then we're going to meet up in that high bridge. So staying 15 more seconds here. Let's meet up in that bridge in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So pressing evenly into your feet here. Your hips are raised. We're keeping them at this level. Arms come out to the sides of the room, lift back up. With or without your weights here, but just trying not to drop the hips. Exhale to lift those arms, inhale to lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Raise those hands up to the ceiling, press and release into that band. Doing your best to keep your glutes on here. Keep those hips in that position. Try not to drop your hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just melting down one vertebra at a time, roll it all the way back down. One more set of those, and then we're going to come and lie on our side to work our glutes a little bit more. So with or without your weights, your hands can be up here. If you prefer, leave your arms down by your side. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Lift, lift, lift into that bridge. Take your arms out to the sides of the room, lift back up. Breathing through this movement, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Raise those hands up towards the ceiling. Press and release into that band. If you need to rest the hands for a little bit more support, go for it. Staying with this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it all the way back down. So take your feet kind of wide as you can here. And before we move to the side, we'll just do a little window screen wipe from side to side. Press those knees down and then flip it to the other side, just taking that little release here. And then we're going to come and lie onto our side. This is a bit of a burner, this series. You don't need to be here too long. We'll start with a double leg lift. So before we go into our glutes, we'll work through our waist. So take your bottom arm and just rest it underneath your head. And you want that arm straight, and you want, I don't know if you can see my whole body, but you want your whole body straight. So look down, you should have a line from your waist to your hip all the way to your feet, and your hips are stacked. Bring your top hand, pop it in front of you for a little bit of support, and then just rest down onto your arm. As you exhale, lift your legs up. We do this one on the reformer, and maybe lift your head and your shoulders for more. And what we're trying to do here is not drop that hip back. So as you lift, you're just lifting everything up, but your hips remain stacked. And then you slowly lower that back down to the mat. So lift those legs up and then lower them down. Make it a really flowy movement. So nice and slowly coming up, nice and slowly lowering it down. Just keep going at your own pace. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. You don't have to lift the head and the shoulders if that's too much for you, just lifting the legs. And we'll start adding on with that band. So we lift up and then we press our legs out into the band. release, and then lower it back down. It's a little bit of a side burner, this one. Keep going. Exhale to lift and press. Inhale to release and lower. Let's stay with this for 20 seconds. We'll meet with our legs lifted. Maybe your head and shoulders are lifted as well. So choose your variation. We'll hold that up in 10 seconds. Let's hold our legs up, maybe your head and shoulders in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're lifting up here, hips are stacked. We still have that straight line with our body. We press out into that band and we release. Your legs are as straight as you can get them. Point your toes, maybe lift up a little higher through the top part of the body for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Okay, this next one, it's just a little clam series, so you can prop your head up or you can stay lying down, just whatever feels better for you. We'll bring those knees just in front of us and look down. Your feet should be in line with your bum. So you've basically got like a 45-degree angle with your legs, and you want to keep your hips stacked in this whole series. So before we move, we just pull our tummy muscles in. We're actually supposed to have a little gap here underneath your waist and the mat, but honestly, this is a pretty challenging series, so if you let that go, I'll forgive you. But keep your feet together and we just press up into that band, and we just start with a basic clam. So exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Now look down, your hips remain stacked throughout this whole series. I'm going to sound like a broken record with these, and we'll just stay with this for about 15 seconds. Just warming up that glute, pulling your tummy muscles in, trying to create that little gap between the mat and your waist. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. We're going to lift now. We're going to lift up into that band. So this top leg is parallel to the bottom leg, and then we lower down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. You probably can feel your booty burning up about now. It doesn't take much this series to get it happening. And let's check in on your tummy muscles. So drawing your tummy muscles in, drawing up through the pelvic floor as well as we move. Let's go for 10 seconds. We're going to add on an extra movement in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift that leg up. This is the killer. We turn our knee down to the bottom knee and we tap. We lift into that band and then we lift our knee up and we tap our toes. We're just going into those knee and toe taps. You've got 20 seconds here going with these knee and toe taps. This is where you really want to check into the hips, try and keep them in that alignment. And this is a burner, 10 seconds. We've just got those knee taps after this 10 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So point your top knee down to the bottom knee. Your toes should be kind of pointing up to the corner of the room. Tap and lift. Really use that exhale breath to lift up into the band for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to reverse that. Lift, lift, lift that knee. Try to keep those hips stacked and lift and lower. Lift and lower. This is the killer. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. We're going to flip to the other side, just do that all on the other side. Now on the way through, if you like, you can give your bum a little massage on your mat and just kind of massage it out. This is a light band as well, and that was a killer. I don't know how heavy your bands are. Let's go to the other side. We'll start with that double leg lift. So stretching your legs out nice and straight. Rest your bottom arm underneath your head. And before we move here, just look down. You have that straight line from your waist to your hip, all the way to your feet. Take that top hand, place it onto the mat. As you exhale, lift your legs, maybe lift your head and shoulders, and then slowly lower that back down. So we're using our exhale breath to lift up nice and slowly, really flowy, and then inhale to lower down. Keep going with this movement, lifting up and lowering down. Feel free to leave the top part of the body out of it. Just move your legs down and up. Try your best to keep those hips in that stacked position. Let's start adding that leg split in. So lifting up, hold it here, split your legs, straight legs, point your toes, release, and lower back down, and staying with that for a little bit. Lifting up nice and smoothly, slowly releasing that back down to the mat. Let's go for 20 seconds. and then we'll hold those legs up. You might want to hold your head and shoulders up for a little bit more as well. Okay, 10 more seconds. We're going to hold it up, and we'll hold it up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting up here, press your straight legs into that band and release. Press and release. Breathing through it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Okay, into that little Bernie clam series. So knees come forward, and you can prop your head up or you can lay all the way down. You can actually even pop like a little towel here. If you wanted to lay down, it kind of props your head up just a little bit more. Takes a bit of pressure off your neck. So knees forwards, then look down. Your feet should be in line with your bum, and then just stack your hips on top of each other. Draw your tummy muscles into that basic clam one. Feet stay together, pressing your knee into the band, using your exhale breath to press up. Inhale to lower. Now we're trying, if you can, to create that little gap between the mat and your waist as we move through this clam series. So you'll find it's easier when you lay down on your arm to create that. And let's stay with this clam one for 15 seconds. Then we take it up to the next level. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Tummy muscles on for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, lower that leg down. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, lift that leg up. Inhale, lower down. Staying with that movement. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower for a couple of reps here. So as you lift that leg up off the bottom leg, you're trying to keep that leg parallel to the bottom leg. So just lifting straight up and then lowering down. No internal or external rotation. Let's stay with that for 20 seconds. Then we go into those knee and toe taps. Okay, 10 seconds here. And then we take those knee and toe taps in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your leg up. We internally rotate here, tap your knees. Externally rotate, tap your toes. Just make sure you're breathing through this. Inhale, exhale, just breathe through it. It doesn't really matter where you're breathing here, but really do your best to press your knee up into that band when you take the toe taps. Hips remain stacked. You have 20 seconds here. Then we finish with those knee and then those toe taps. So staying here, internally, externally rotating, press up into that band for 10 seconds. Tummy muscles still on as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point your knee down to the bottom knee. Tap and lift up into that band. Really exaggerate that movement for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your knee into the band. We finish with those Bernie toe taps. Try to keep those hips stacked. Lift that knee into the band for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. That is a killer. That gets me every time. Let's lie onto our back. Take that band off now and just do a nice glute stretch. So laying onto your back, we'll take our right ankle over our left knee. That might be enough for you. Press out on that knee, relax the head and shoulders. Or you can grab behind your left thigh. If you want a little bit more, grab your left knee, lower your head and shoulders down, pull your legs in towards you. Relax the shoulders as you take that stretch. Use your exhale breath to pull your legs in here. And just breathing into that stretch. Just checking into the shoulders, really relaxing through the shoulders here. We kind of tense as we take that stretch. Every exhale, try and deepen that stretch. And let's release that glute stretch. Take your other ankle across and take that glute stretch on this side. So behind your thigh, maybe your knee, lower your head and shoulders, pull those legs in towards you. Breathing into that stretch. Relax the shoulders. Pull those legs in a little bit closer every exhale breath you take. Let's hold that for 10 seconds. Pull them in a little bit closer if you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Okay, let's come up and just do a little bit of back work here. We can pop that band around our ankles this time. So place that band around our ankles and then lying down on your tummy. So get your hands, have your arms positioned like this. So as you lie down, Your elbows are going to be in line with your shoulders and your palms will be facing down to the floor. And that band's just around your ankles. And then we stretch our legs out here. I don't know if you can see me here, so I'll just explain what I'm doing. So hands come out beside us, palms facing down, rest your forehead down to the mat, and just pull your tummy muscles in here. So as we exhale, we're just going into a little thoracic lift. Leave your hands down on the mat or the floor. Lift up, keep your gaze looking down, and then inhale, lower down. So exhale to lift, just leave those arms there. Inhale to lower. We're trying our best to get this movement through our thoracic spine here. So trying to just get that top part of the spine moving. Good for people that sit at a desk or at a computer all day. And then if you want to elevate that, start lifting your arms with that movement. Exhale to slowly lift. Inhale to slowly lower. We're trying to keep the bottom part of the body still for now and just move through our upper spine. And then trying your best to pull your tummy muscles away from the mat as we lower and lift. Now, if you want a little bit more through the legs, you've got a few variations. As you lift, you can press your straight legs out into the band and then release and lower everything down. Or you can lift your both legs towards the ceiling, then press out, release, and then lower down. I'm not sure if you can see it, so I'm going to shimmy forwards a little bit. You keep going with that movement. So as you lift, you might want to just leave the legs down on the mat, press into the band, and then release. Or you can lift your legs up with your upper body, hold it, press into that band with straight legs, release, and then lower down. So staying with whatever variation you are choosing here. You can leave the legs on the mat, on the floor as you press out. And let's go with this for 15 seconds. We're going to add on again with the upper body. So let's stay with this lower and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next time we lift our upper body, maybe your legs are lifted, pressed out into that band. They might be down on the mat, pressed out to the sides of the room. We're going to reach our arms forward like we're Superman. Come up a little higher in that back bend. Squeeze your elbows to your waist and slowly release and lower everything down. So inhale to lift. Exhale to press forwards and pull those elbows back. Inhale to lower all the way back down. I think I said that breath wrong. Lifting up. Exhale to reach forwards and pull those elbows back. Inhale to lower down. Sorry, I said that wrong. Exhale to lift and stretch those arms forward, pull them back. Inhale to slowly lower it down. Staying with this for 20 seconds. This is your last little bit here. We're going to hold it up after that 20 seconds just for that top arm movement. 10 seconds here. Let's meet up in that lifted position in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your upper body. Maybe your legs are lifted. They might be down onto the mat. Press out into that band. Reach forward. As you exhale, pull those elbows back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, pull those elbows back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Just relax down onto your mat. Take a couple of breaths here to regroup. If you can get that band off, ditch that band off your ankles, and then just pull yourself back into child's pose. So knees come wider than your hips, feet are together, bring your bum back to your heels, and then just try and press your chest down to the mat and rest your forehead on the mat. Breathing into this. Now, when we're here, just check your shoulders are relaxed. So we might hunch our shoulders, so kind of pull those shoulders away and just take that release for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, let's pull ourselves up into your 4-point kneel. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and take a cat-cow. So reach your spine to the ceiling, search for your belly button here, press away from the mat, and then arch your back, lift your tailbone and look up. Really exaggerate each of those stretches, moving in and out of your cat-cow at your own pace. Let's go here for 10 seconds. We've got another nice stretch after this in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So just coming to a neutral spine, natural curve in your lower back. Let's take our right hand up off the mat. We're going to take that hand up to the ceiling, do a big twist and look up towards that hand. As you exhale, take your right shoulder, end your head and rest it down onto the mat and just lower it down here. Now, if you want a little bit more, take your left arm and wrap it around your back for a bind. And you're trying to grab your opposite thigh here and just rest into that. It's a nice little release through the body. We'll hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your bind if you took the bind. Pop your right hand back onto the mat. We do that the other way. So left hand comes up, reaches up, looks up, big twist up to the ceiling. As you exhale, take your shoulder and your head down to the mat, rest. If you want your little bind, your right arm comes behind your back. Try and grab your opposite thigh and hold that here. Just relax into that stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that bind, release your arm, your head. Come and stand up, and we'll finish with a roll down. So standing facing wherever with your feet hip distance apart. Draw your tummy muscles in away from your tights. Roll your shoulders out a few times, rolling backwards. And then bring them forwards a few times. And relax your shoulders. We take a really big inhale and reach up, stretch up to the ceiling. Grasp your hands together, reach up a little higher. We'll do a side bend over to the right hand side. Come back through to the center, reach up a little higher. Go the other way, side bend over to the other side. Come back through to the center, reach up a little higher. As you exhale, release those arms down by your side. Take a big inhale breath. As you exhale into your roll down, so tucking your chin to your chest, roll yourself down towards your mat, one vertebra at a time. Let your arms, your head hang heavy. Now this time when you're down there, you might want to hold your elbows again. Let your head drop towards the mat. Let your neck go really loose. And just do that gentle rock again. You might want to do that bend and stretch again if that works for you. Do a couple of those. It's your little release. So do what feels nice for your body. And then bring your weight back through to the center. Take those elbows into your hands. Drop down towards the mat here. Let your head drop. Nod your head yes a few times. Shake your head no a couple of times. Release your arms. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, rolling back up, one vertebra at a time. And give yourself a little clap. You're all done.